No, start right. Put a small finger up, and you can start speaking.
All right.
Good afternoon, family. I'm here at Missouri Meerschaum factory. I'm here with Dan, and he's going to give us a little bit of a chat.
Hello and welcome to Missouri Meerschaum. We're going to give a quick history of the company. We're going to start with this gentleman up here. Like any good story, any good pipe story, it starts with a little bit of flame. This is Henry Tibby. He lived in a small town in Holland on the border of Germany. One day the king came to visit, so they threw a great big party and burnt the town down. Now, his factory was burnt down, his house was burnt down, everything he had lost, except his family. Now, since this was like the fourth time that the town had burnt down in around 200 years, he decided not to rebuild there, but came here to Missouri. There was a very strong German immigrant community on the last 50 miles of the Missouri River. A lot of the beer companies came from here. He set up in a small town, actually was called South Point, because it was the southernmost point the Missouri River reached before it goes back up towards St. Louis. Anyway, he was a woodworker. He set up a small shop to make furniture, wooden spoons. One day one of his neighbors came by, they started gossiping, they started talking, and he says, I'm in the mood for a smoke, but I don't have a pipe on me. Can you make one out of this corn cob? That's what farmers did back then. They would spend hours carving out a corn cob to make a pipe. Mark Twain wrote about often Huck Finn doing the same thing. Well, he had the lathe and the drill and the saw, so he took the corn cob and he cut it in half, put a big hole in the center, little hole in the side, grabbed a nearby reed, stuck it in the side, boom, corn cob pipe. His first. And the guy took it, he loved it. It was light, it was a good smoke, even had some corn sweetness at the time. So he told all of his friends. Meanwhile, Henry was a good businessman. He took the other half of that corn cob, put a big hole in the middle, a little hole in the side, reed in it, put it for sale. And
sorry to disturb you. In which year was this?
This was, I'm not exactly sure what year he started.
Okay.
But by 1869,
okay,
he was making more money in pipes than he was in furniture or wooden spoons. So he decided to start his company, the Tibby Corncob Pipe Company, the first successful manufacturer of corncob pipes in the world. Now, he didn't think there was going to be a great future in corncob pipes, so he sent his son off to, apprentice at a more traditional, more long-lasting, more American job as a gunsmith in St. Louis. Now, this was after the Civil War. So before the Civil War, a gunsmith handcrafted each gun, made them perfect works of art. That's not what the armies wanted. They wanted hundreds of thousands of guns with interchangeable parts that they could fix and use. This is what the gunsmiths were making. This is what Anton Tibby, Henry's son, learned to do. When he came home, he saw his father had moved to their second location, and they were making one pipe at a time. He said, "Dad, we can do better." And that's when he had this building built. By 1883, this building, it originally ran from the red wall here to the white wall over there. It was the first building manufacturer in the region with a built-in steam engine. There's wheels, belts, drive shafts, part of that whole system. And it would run an elevator, which was right over there. All these big windows each had a workstation, because this was the only light getting in the building. There were no electric lights at the time. And the one on that had all been covered up, but you could see some of the windows there.
Yeah.
Well, things went very well. Anton went around the country selling pipes. He landed in San Diego. There he met the woman that he would marry. And he also discovered something else. They had electricity. Now, it could be that Anton, as a child, remembered his house and village and town burning to the ground, but every night he had to light oil lamps, which were dangerous and flammable, and if they fell over, could burn a whole town down. Or it could be that he was a very smart businessman, and he thought, if I could bring these electric lights to my factory, we could expand the factory and the hours my people work. At least make them more steady, and no more, oh, it's a real cloudy day, we can't get any work done.
All right.
Or it could be that he went to the woman he married and said, leave behind all the culture and beautiful weather and sandy beaches of San Diego and come to me to the middle of Missouri. Either way, he decided he better have some electricity. He started the first electric company in the area. The first electric plant. It went great, so he sold it and built the second electric company in the area. It went great, so he sold it. So he started the third electric company in the area. And if you go walking down past our building, the next building down, it says Tibby Electric Company in stone.
Oh.
That's just one of the plants he built in town.
That's fascinating.
But there's more. You see, once he had all the poles up and all the wires run, he said, why don't we do phones as well? It can't be that much harder. See, by 1892, less than 25 years since Edison had the light bulbs, Anton's son, a little child at the time, pulled the switch that turned on the lights for the first time on Main Street here in Washington. Not long after, you could get up in the middle of the night, turn on a light, and make a phone call and call New York City or Los Angeles or St. Louis, but not Columbia, Missouri or Springfield, Missouri, because they didn't have phones yet. There was only a few places you could call. But there's more. Since things were going so well, Anton decided to repay his father. He built his father a house. The house is still up the hill. It's still there. There's a little plaque in front of it, but it is privately owned. Please don't bother the people living there. His father, being from Holland, decided it needed a windmill. He connected the windmill to a pump. That worked so well, he built a 30-foot tall tower that held water that his pump was pumping. He had the first running water in Washington, and he took that water and ran it to the neighborhood he was creating. The first water company in Washington. So he brought electricity, he brought telephones, and he brought public water, or water, running water, to the city of Washington. But there's more. This display up here, that is a part of our display at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis. We were there. We were already a 35-year-old company at the time, a major manufacturer here in the state. But when you get that old, some things happen, like your patents run out. Like, some of your employees are very good at making pipes and think, they're making money at this, I can too. So, bit by bit, others started opening up new pipe companies. A dozen different major pipe companies opened up, most of them in this region. 3 of them here in Washington, Missouri. Now, by 1926, we were making 25 million pipes a year. We had over 100 employees. These other companies, close to the same. That brought in a lot more business. That brought in a lot of employment, a lot more money to the city of Washington, making it the biggest city in Franklin County. But there's more. At the bottom of every pipe, we have a sticker that says Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri. There are people in this world that do not know Columbia, Jefferson City, Springfield, Branson, any other city in Washington, but they know Washington, or city in Missouri, but they know Washington because it says so on the pipe. They smoke every day. That is why the city of Washington has as one of its main taglines, its main mottos, Washington, Missouri, the corncob pipe capital of the world.
And that's how I know about it in South Africa.
Exactly.
Because of the Missouri sticker at the back. So, yeah, when I got into the piping community on YouTube 2 years and a few months ago, I didn't know much about the tobacco history and the tobaccos of America and the variety of tobaccos you guys have. But the Meerschaum pipe, I knew. The corn cob, I knew, because my grandfather used to tell me when he was a lad growing up, there was a vendor that used to sit on the port. And as people used to come in, the new sailors used to come in and the new pilgrims used to come in, they used to buy a corn cob pipe. And I'm talking of 1895, 1910.
That most likely would have been our pipes, yes.
Yes, it was your guys' pipes. And I mean, it was on the furthest south of the continent of Africa.
Yeah.
Right in Cape Town, on the harbor. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that information. Do you have any questions?
No, I'm good. You guys want to ask something which you don't mind going on video?
I don't know if I have can you explain the MacArthur pipe?
All right.
Okay,
I'm
General
gonna
MacArthur.
come over here.
Okay, so thank you for that time
Thank
of yours
you.
to be.